Hello,
Hello, how can I help you?
welcome.
For what?
Date,
The date is 14th February.
time,
The time is 2020 and 28 seconds.
open Gmail, open Facebook, turn on Bluetooth.
Turning on Bluetooth. Bluetooth is on.
Welcome to Techno Learning. In this video, we are going to develop Google Assistant like app in Android Studio. So first of all, let me open the Android Studio and make this app by creating a new project and then selecting the empty activity. Here you have to give the name of the application. So I'm giving the name as Google Assistant. Okay, now choose the language as Kotlin for the code generation and now click on finish. Okay, so the project is ready to work in. So now go to the manifest file in the leftmost top, and then here we have to add few permissions to use your Android device hardware. We need some permissions for it. Okay, so for that we use the tag of uses permission, and here we will give the name of that particular permission. Like the first one is for Bluetooth. Now the second one, so the second one is for admin, like you have to on or off the Bluetooth or to manage the paired devices, so you need to get that admin label permission. And then call phone. Afterwards, another permission is for SMS, send underscore SMS, and the next permission, and this permission is for receiving the SMS, and this permission is for reading the received SMS. Okay, so now the another permission here is to read external storage and then to write in the external storage. So we need both the permission read and write here. Okay, but in the write permission you have to write few more things like tools, and then you have to ignore the scoped storage. Okay, so just write it as I am writing scoped storage, ignore it. Okay, now press Alt plus Enter to include this link, and then now the another permission is for recording the audio, and then this permission is for using the internet, and again a new permission for getting the network state here, but before that it is write contacts. Okay, so let me go for another permission. It is for reading the contacts, so read contacts. Okay, and now there is a permission for camera, like your app want to use the camera, so you need permission for it. Okay, now access, then network state as I have talked it earlier, and now the another permission for Wi-Fi, to get the state of Wi-Fi whether it is off or on, and then write settings. This permission is also required some extra text, like what you have to ignore, and it should be equals to protected. Okay, protected permissions. Now you have to add few queries here, like as you have seen in the Google Assistant app. If you say that please open WhatsApp or Gmail or any Google app, then it will just open. So how do it do that work? So for that it uses queries, and for recognition we have the package name of few popular apps. So here now we have to give the package, and you can find the package names on the internet about any particular application that you wanted to open by a voice command. Okay, so now this is for WhatsApp and Google related app like Gmail, and then this is for Facebook. Okay, and now this is closed. Okay, so this query part is finished. Now let's move to the build Gradle, that is within the Gradle scripts, and move to the first build Gradle project. So here we have to add few repo links. So I will just do it by the help of Maven, and here you have to give the particular link or URL. So here I am giving that URL. It is https, and then we have to give it as like jetpack.io. okay, so as you can see that now the another URL that we are going to add here, so it is bintray dl.bintray dot like com slash and then botomass and then one more slash Maven. Okay, so now go to the another build Gradle module label, the second one. Here you have to add Kotlin capped, so just add this ID Kotlin then capped. Okay, now we have to enable the data binding. So within this application part you have to add the data binding, like what you have to write is data binding, then you have to open the curly braces, and within these curly braces you have to write enabled equals to true. Okay, and now we have to add few dependencies here. So let me go to the web browser and search for the dependencies. So here I am in the web browser, and on Google I'm searching for a dependency of recycler view in Android and then dependency. Okay, click on the first result. Afterward you have to scroll a little, and then you will be able to see that the dependency part here. Okay, so just copy this out by Ctrl+C, come back to the Android Studio and paste it here. Okay, now the another dependency, and it is for life cycle. And what does this life cycle mean? Actually it is for that live data, and it is a custom dependency, so I'm adding it by my own Android X.lifecycle such that lifecycle extension, and afterwards you have to give the version of this particular dependency as 2.2.0. okay, so now the another dependency that you have to add here, and this is for view model. Okay, so lifecycle and view model are correlated to each other, and if we are using the one, then we have to enable the another one also. Okay, so it is also the sub part of the life cycle, but this is for life cycle live data KTX, and here you have to give the version name. Almost the version name are similar for life cycle and view model. So now copy this and just change KTX before KTX, like live data, to view then model. So it is view model KTX. So now the another dependency, and it is for room database. So let me first of all give the version of the room database, and we'll use this version within the dependencies that I'm going to write here. Okay, so here implementation, then Android X dot room such that room runtime, and here $, and you have to give the variable name as room underscore version. Now the capped for it, Android X room such that room compiler, and the version name here. Okay, so the version name is same for both of these, and now we have to add one more dependency here, and this dependency is from Android X library and for room database, but it is room KTX. Now the version name room underscore version. Okay, and another one, test implementation, and here you just have to write Android X dot room such that room testing, and give the version name as of the variable. Now the another dependency here, implementation, and then double quotes, here you have to give org dot jetbrains, then Kotlin X, and here you have to give coroutine name as and core. Now the version 1.3.7. so this dependency will be responsible for providing the support for coroutines in Kotlin. Okay, and now that's Android. So just do as I am doing in my video, then you will be able to make the application fully. Now we have to add the MLKit version also, so doing it as implementation, and like that com.google.android.gms, and here you have to give as play dash services, and then MLKit, and then text dash it is recognition, and here you have to give the version name as 16.1.2 for this MLKit version. And now we have to come back on Google and we'll search for the another dependency here. So what does this dependency is? Text to summary Android dependency. Okay, search it and click on the first result and just scroll it down and then copy it. As you can see that in the upper part, that for Maven we have already added this line, so this line is added for this particular dependency, and now that copy that implementation part and paste it here. Okay, so now another dependency, so let me search for it firstly. So it is image cropper, and then KWAVEN. So I'm sorry about the spellings, like it is Edmodo. Click on the first result, and then you just have to copy this thing API, and then just go back to here. Then what you have to do is to make implementation part and then just paste it and remove this API word from it. Okay, so now you have to give the version as 2.8.0. okay, so another dependency, I have to Google it, and it is for Open Weather API, and it will contain that KWA VEN workflow, and search it. Click on the first result, and then here you have to copy this line, copy it and paste it here. Okay, that's really good, and we have almost added our dependencies, but few are left. Let me search for it, and it is for boat box horoscope Android dependency. Okay, so let me search for it. Click on the first result and then just come here and copy this part. Okay, so copy this, Ctrl C, and go back, paste it here, and here you have to give the version for 1.0.2 by clicking Alt plus Enter. So dependency part is finished. Click on sync now, so that the dependencies will be downloaded in our application. They are downloaded. Now we have to move to the XML design part firstly, then we will moving for the coding part. Okay, so first of all you have to make a Android resource directory by right clicking on the res folder and then clicking new, then give it name as anim. So you have to make custom animation, right click on anim, then animation resource file you have to create it. Okay, so give it name as, I'm giving the name for this as non-movable. Okay, so it is for the custom animation that we are going to add. So within the set tag you have to give your animation value. So here I am giving it as translate, and then like from x delta, and then from x delta is 0, and now to x delta is also 0, and now within this third line it is Android such that, and you have to add the duration for it. So the duration is, let me add it, Android now such that integer slash config medium anim time. Okay, so this is also almost finished, and now I have to move to here within this package, just above the main activity within Java folder on the top, then create new, and what you have to create, so you have to create packages. So here I am creating a package called data, and one more package I have to create, just new, and then select package. Afterwards you have to just give the name of this package. So I'm giving the name as assistant. Okay, so now both the packages are created. Now on data you have to create some classes and newer things. Okay, so first of all, for this assistant, create a new activity, empty activity, and you have to give the name of this activity as assistant activity. Okay, and now after clicking on OK, it will generate it. Okay, that's really good. And now you have to add few more dependencies here. So within data, create a Java class. So create a Kotlin class, as we are making this project in Kotlin, so you have to create the Kotlin class instead of Java. So now I have created a class called assistant. Okay, and now doing the same for assistant DAO, data access object. Okay, and now let me make another class called assistant database, as we are going to use the room database, so these things are necessary, like model class and then data access object and then this database. Okay, so now within the assistant you have to create another Kotlin class, and you have to give the name of this Kotlin class as assistant adapter. Okay, very good. As we are going to use the recycler view, that's why this adapter. Now another class is there, and it is assistant view model, as we are going to use MBBM structure, that's why. Another class, and this another class is assistant view model factory. Click on OK. Okay, so now these classes are created perfectly, but we have to change something. So either we will change it right now, or when it opt to be work within that file, we will change it at that time. Okay, so I have made a mistake within that DAO file, so I deleted it and creating again. I have to create an interface instead of class. So either you have to delete that file, or you can just make change within this, instead of class write interface. Okay, so this will also assign for the interface. Okay, so for now let me see what else we can add here. So for that we have to go to our layout part. The design part is here. Okay, so within this design part we have to add layout resource file, as we are using a particular recycler view, that's why we have to make a item layout also. So assistant underscore item underscore layout, and then we have to add few photos here. So let me search for Google assistant and then just go to the images, and then you can add any picture of it, like what I'm liking right now is kind of this picture. So I've just copy it and will paste it within my asset folder of the project. Okay, so now just what we have to do is Google Assistant voice, like mic logo, as you can see that within these pictures. You just have to nothing, just copy them and download them. Okay, afterwards the senior developers will change it to a particular model or format. Okay, so I've downloaded this zip file, and this zip file will contain various files actually, so I think it is of our no use, so I will not use it. And now what you have to do is to select a working icon, so that there will be a no issue within while working. Okay, so you can see the picture here, and the picture is for this, and just copy it, save as, and then and freely move out here, like giving the name as Google Mic. Okay, and now you can see that it just downloaded successfully. Okay, so here within this drawable you have to paste them, so I will just go to that download folder and will check for this file and copy them from that folder to our drawable folder of Android Studio. So just copy both of them. So I've just downloaded and will commit here and paste it by Control B and go for the drawable instead of drawable 24. Click on OK. So you can see that both pictures are added to this app. Okay.